Hey YouTube, it's Arrington back, and I've been watching some of my other videos, and you guys really seem to want me to do a bottom motor. So what I'm going to show you today is how to break down properly a bottom motor. Right. Get this positioned right. This is the bottom motor I have for you today, which you can see properly. Alright. No, sorry. The way the bottom motor is going to sit in the Leslie is just like this. You can tell it's a bottom motor because most bottom motors have a plate, so they don't just sit just with this to protect it. So what you want to do before you even break down the bottom motor is test it out, make sure it runs properly. So I like to test out the fast motor first. Let's go ahead and plug it in. Make sure you have it elevated. Yeah, it runs pretty fast. As you can see properly. Yeah, it runs pretty fast. Can't stop with my hands. Gotta test that out. It's kind of making a little bit of noise, so I'm probably gonna have to go in there, mess around with it. Now to test out slow motor. Yeah, make sure you can't really stop it. So yeah, right now I'm touching with my hands, and I'm gonna try to zoom in a little bit closer so you guys can see it actually stopping. Alright. So you can see the wheel moving right now, and then I'm stopping it by only grabbing this little thing right here. This is what's turning to. I'm barely even touching it and stopping. So what I'm gonna have to do is tighten the slow motor up. Tighten slow motor up so it doesn't do that anymore. But at least I know it runs properly, makes a little sound, so I'll probably have to oil it. Okay. Reposition this. Alright. First, what I like to do for slow motors, or basically any type of motors, slower top, I like to take off the slower part first, because it makes it easier to get to everything else. Alright. What we need first is my wrench. I like to use the actual wrench instead of a flathead, because the flathead might strip the screws right here. Zoom in so you guys see the screws. See the screws right there. Right here. So you can use the actual screw or the flathead, but I don't want to strip anything. So I'm going to do, I don't want to like block your guys' view, but I'm going to loosen up a little bit. Take it out. And I have a little bowl over here. Bowl right there. I have 2 bowls for all my screws and stuff. This is for my screws on the motor I'm currently working with, so I don't lose any screws. But when I take off these screws, I do it in a kind of a star pattern, so nothing gets too tight or too loose. So I did this first one right here. I'm going to do the one opposite to it, which is over here. And then it doesn't matter which one I do now. Loosen a little, and just take it off my hand so I don't lose it or anything. And the slow motor comes right off. I'm going to wrap this up real quick. I'm sorry. Make sure you guys can see everything. So wrap this up, put this to the side. Now it's time to take this off. Take this little plate and everything off. Yep. Yeah. Alright. For this one I'm gonna need a regular screwdriver, a Phillips. And same thing, I'm going to loosen up my screwdriver and then just take it off my hand. Just so I don't go too fast and lose the screw. Because I have had that happen before. I was just rushing and I went too fast and the screw came out, I couldn't find it. It took about a good 2 minutes to look through everything and make sure I found the screw. Alright, now the screws are off. Now this plate, it can come right off of this part. Some plates you might have to take this top wheel off, which is simply just find the correct screwdriver. You gotta hold the part that actually turns. And screw it off. Now this screw is gonna be different between all the other screws because it's gonna have this the washer on it. It just looks different than any other washer. And it's gonna be a different kind of screw because it's gonna be shorter. Sometimes it'll be longer. So you don't want to definitely don't lose that. Then this comes right off. Put that to the side. Now this looks just like a regular top motor. Without, oh yeah, without everything. Now, it's time to, sometimes you can take this top off without having to take this whole plate off and the wheel. But I'll show you how to take the wheel off first. Alright, take this wheel off. You find the correct Allen wrench. This one's too big. I'm going to need a smaller one. This should be the correct size. It's just too skinny. You gotta make sure you find the correct size or else it might strip it. Yep, this is the correct size. I'll make sure you guys can see everything. Alright. Sometimes you won't be able to turn with your hand. So all I have to do is grab some pliers. Make sure I don't mess up the wrench or the wheel. Grab them firmly. Turn a little bit just to get it loose. Turn this. Now, alright, let me show you this up close. This little thing, if you can see it, this little black thing, this is what, I'll take it out just so you guys can see it. Alright, this little black thing is actually what you're unscrewing. It goes inside that little hole. And you definitely, those little black things are really easy to lose and they're hard to come by. So make sure you don't lose that, just keep it in there. There you go. Now just to take off the plate. The same driver I used to take off the slow motor is the same one I use to take off these screws. Screw it. Put it in my bowl. these out of the way. Alright. Now my plate's off. Put that to the side. Okay. Now just to take this motor apart. Grab my bigger wrench and I simply put this on here. Get this bolt off. Put the bolt back on so I don't lose it. Don't want to block you guys with my hands. Oop. Almost lost that screw. This just comes apart. Just give it a little slack. Comes right apart. That's all it is to take apart the slow motor, or the bottom motor, sorry. Hope that helped you guys out. The next video I'll show you guys how to oil and make sure everything runs properly, and tighten the slow motor up, and that's about it. Alright, see you guys later.